We love you all so much. We don't want to die. I hope my kid will be at least okay. If they come inside, we're dead, I'm sure. Shit. I think they're going to kill us.
This is the ruined streets in Nir Oz kibbutz. There were only 6 houses in the whole kibbutz that weren't actually impacted on October the 7th. We were here in the days after the attack, and absolutely nothing has changed since then. It's still a ghost town. It's very quiet. The only thing you can hear is sometimes artillery from the Gaza Strip on the other side of the fence.
Nir Oz was home to 400 people before a quarter of its residents were kidnapped or killed by Hamas during the militant group's rampage through southern Israel a year ago. A total of 1,200 people were killed and another 250 taken hostage, according to Israeli tallies. Nir Oz is just 2.5 kilometers east of the Gaza Strip. It suffered some of the worst violence on 7th of October. Unlike the other kibbutzim, the Israeli army did not arrive in Nir Oz until after Hamas fighters and waves of looters had already left.
טוב, לקחתי את המפתח. טוב, בוא איתי.
לבוא איתך?
לא, היא? מה זה?
Yeah, there's enough space.
בחור נהרג בבית. שרפו את הבית, הרגו אותו בבית. בואו, כנסו. פה זה האלה שנהרגו. חלקם עוברו לקבורה פה.
Is this the mail room?
זה הדואר מייל, כן. was killed, kidnapped. She was released.
Who is this family?
סימן טוב, 5.
All killed.
Yoni and Tamar, 3 children, and his mother, Carol.
82-year-old Natan Bahat is one of the people who founded Nir Oz in 1955.
נתקדם.
Now a widower, Natan raised his family here in a community of left-wingers and peace activists. His house was one of the only ones not attacked by Hamas. Today, he's one of only 2 people still living in Nir Oz.
Every single meal, everybody ate together.
אכלנו פה רק צהריים, בימי שישי בערב, כל אחד, ויושבים, כל אחד היה מקומות די קבועים, פחות או יותר. זה עבד יפה מאוד וטוב מאוד, ונעים וכיפי. עכשיו זהו, זה מה שנשאר. פה נקי ומסודר, אבל הנה המטבח שרוף. הם שרפו, באו להרוס ולקלקל ולשדוד, לגרום נזק. זהו, הנה, זה הדוגמה. לא צריך להסביר במילים, רואים את הכל. אני נולדתי פה בארץ, ואני גדלתי על זה שזה הארץ, ואנחנו נחיה. המקום הזה יקום מחדש.
Architects have drawn up detailed plans to rebuild Nir Oz, but the extent of the damage is so great it will take at least 3 years to make the kibbutz inhabitable again.
We lived in this house, we live about 4 years, and we know that we're going to buy the house and to be kibbutz members, and so know that we're going to stay here forever.
Doreen Ray doesn't come back to Nir Oz often. She is now living in a small apartment about an hour away with her husband BJ and their 3 young children.
6th of October, BJ make very good dinner, and he make chapati. And the chapati, they eat from it. They eat from it and left it open.
Surveying the mess and damage brings back difficult memories of that day. Every room is ransacked and covered in bullet holes. Every window broken.
This is the safe room.
This is the safe room. I put on the ground here blankets and all of the pillow that I find. And I tell them, sit here. There were 3 like this. And I don't remember if I think that I hear already the shooting, but I was not sure that it was here. I thought it's on the fence. And then I see that there is killers here next to the clinic. So I say, oh my God, it's really here. Like, now, if you do like this, it's locked. So I told BJ, okay, so it's locked, it's okay. So he tell me, no, I'm holding. And then he hold like this. And he tell me, stop, don't be here because maybe shooting. And it's happened 4 times that the door start to open like this. And I don't know how, he's such an amazing person. He managed to close it. He managed to close the door 4 times like this, that it start and he do like this. He save us. All day they try to open, but when it's happened because few of them come. We hear them talking next to Omer, Muhammad, this come and they talk each other and you hear them like this, planning and...
After failing to breach the safe room, the Hamas fighters left. But as the day wore on, looters came into the house another 6 times, taking what valuables they could.
So this is the kids' place. I had here my jewelries, gold jewelries of my mother and grandmother, and they take. I had money here because I'm working, I'm independent, so I had a lot of money here, and they take it because it's money that I saved to make with the kids a holiday someday.
Yeah, basically you are still figuring out what they took.
Yeah. And we didn't touch yet almost most of the things, just if the kids ask things, or it feels like the end of the world, like you don't know what, like the bad movie that you see, that like this you feel like the end of the world.
How do you feel about your family moving back to the kibbutz when everything is reconstructed in a couple of years' time?
First, BJ all the time say, I want to come back, we will come back. All of our friends died here. We don't let them win. And when I talk with the kids, first they say, it's our house, we want to come back. But they say they're scared. You need to be the adult that say for them what's good and what no. And if we choose to stay here, and then after 10 years, something will happen and they will say, I didn't make the right choice or no. They're scared. They want to come to see the house. They're scared from what they will see, but they want to see, but not to live.
Like Dorin, many families from Nir Oz remain unsure if they will ever feel safe enough to return to their homes. Others are still desperately waiting for their loved ones to come back from Gaza.
This is the house of Arbel and Ariel. They're both hostages in Gaza. There's been no sign of life for almost 12 months. No idea if they're dead or alive. And Arbel's brother, Dolev, was also killed on October the 7th. For months, his family thought that he was a hostage in Gaza along with his sister, but in June, the authorities said they'd identified his remains.
For Arbel and Dolev's parents, Yal and Yehi, each day is harder than the last. Like many from Nir Oz, they are angry that the state abandoned their families on October 7th. They feel their daughter is being forsaken again as the Israeli government stalls on brokering a second hostage deal, instead focusing on a new war in Lebanon.
Dolev and Arbel, we saw their homes in the kibbutz. They lived their whole lives there. Did you always feel safe? Was it ever an issue that you were next to Gaza?
It's a kind of heaven. It was very good, and we also have a good relationship with the Arabian from Gaza. At the 80s, once a month, we go at the weekend, we took a tractor, with a wagon, we have a key. We open the gates and we go to Khan Yunis market and we buy fruit and water and everything, and we go to the beach and we sit with them.
So what changed?
At 1988, started the Intifada. While the Hamas took control on Gaza at 2007, it's become horrible. Almost once a week, rockets on Nir Oz, and it become worse and worse.
How do you feel about the government's efforts to make another hostage deal? Do you think they're doing enough?
No, of course. But Bibi Netanyahu, the prime minister, the worst prime minister we have since Israel been founded, don't want the hostages here, don't want to end the war because of his politicians' interest, just because of that.
Has the way you feel about that level of protection from the state changed? Do you think that they are doing the best they can, that
No.
they can bring the war to an end?
No, they can't. See, what we have now, that the Houthim from Yemen shot on us. Iran, and Hezbollah, on all of us. He opened the war. Now there is not only 101 hostages in Gaza. Now 9 million people, 9 million citizens are hostages because the way that Bibi Netanyahu is acting. I'm sure that if Avner and Yair, their sons, was in Gaza at the 9th of October 2023, it's ended. So please don't be polite with Bibi, don't be polite with his government, and make forced on him to stop the war.
Today, an estimated 101 hostages remain in captivity. Israel's retaliatory war in Gaza has killed about 41,000 people and left the Palestinian territory in ruins. Israel's new invasion of Lebanon means the conflict is now threatening to spiral into a regional confrontation with Iran. But in Nir Oz, residents want an end to the conflict.
הייתה פשלה של המדינה, אבל אני אישית חושב זה הבית וצריך לשקם אותו, צריך לבנות. מה, אנחנו נרים ידיים בגלל איזה מטורפים? אלה השכנים שלנו, איתם אנחנו צריכים לחיות. וצריך למצות את השיתוף ואת התקווה. ולעזור להם, והם צריכים למצוא את האנשים המתאימים. יש ביניהם אנשים מתאימים. מבחינתי שלום. העתיד של המקום זה שלום ולא מלחמה. אני מקווה להחזיק מעמד עד אז, לשרוד עד אז.